We are hated. Look around. We're so bad, we hate one another. We don't fight for one another. Because if we fought for one another, guess where we would be? Down at that border, fighting for them children in cages.
Shalom, Israel. And when I mean Israel, I'm talking about the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. The Lord's 54th annual Passover is going down again this year, sundown, April 1st at 500 South Salisbury Street in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Downtown Conventional Center. It's got enough room for all of us. The Lord's 54th annual Passover. Last year, brothers and sisters showed up from all over the world, rocking ancient garments and glorious apparel in order to serve the Most High in Christ. Now, it's that time again. Commander General YAHANNA is putting out the decree for all brothers and sisters to show up sundown, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us at the Sheraton in Raleigh, the hotel right downtown. It's at 421 South Salisbury. The Passover is right up the block at the Convention Center, literally within walking distance. Make sure you pull up. Make sure that you do your due diligence because rooms are going fast and they are limited this weekend. You understand? We have months in advance of preparation. Do not wait till the last minute to get your room. The Lord's 54th annual Passover, Saturday, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us there.
Christians think you can only love Christians because they will talk bad about everybody else. It's disgusting because there's no loving one another. You have that? Read.
It's the book of Mark, chapter 12, verse 31. And the second is like, namely this: thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
I shall what?
Love thy neighbor as thyself.
This is not the oppressor that you go to work for. Love thy neighbor as thy love thyself. That's that man that lived next door to you. That's Miss Tina that lived down the block. That's Cheryl that lives down the block. She stole your man, forgive her. That's who we talking about. We talking about the ones that's standing next to you. The ones that suffer such travesties that they suffer every day with you. The ones that goes right down to school, right down to the same spot and collect food where you collect food from. The ones that go to the same grocery stores. Those are the people we talking about. Read on.
There is none other commandment greater than these.
The Lord said, man, forgive your brother, man. And the problem we have in here in Harlem and Patterson, New Jersey, and Newark, New Jersey, and Brooklyn and Bronx is loving one another. You don't get along with somebody from Brooklyn because you're from Harlem. Because Harlem has an issue with Brooklyn. You have a problem with the brother because he wear red and you wear blue. You have a problem with this sister because she looks nice. She's slimmer than you. It's disgusting because we hate one another. You have that? Read.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 1, verse 21. And she shall bring forth a son.
She shall what?
Bring forth a son. And thou shalt call his name Jesus.
Now this is Yahweh Shah. We call him Jesus ignorantly, right? This is the man who's going to teach us righteousness. This is who's going to show us the way to be. This is what everybody believes. You go into your Christian church, you go into your Catholic church, they believe Christ is the head of all things, right? They believe that he's the way. So why don't we follow him when he says, love your brother, love your neighbor, love your brother that's next to you? Read.
For he shall save his people.
He shall save what?
His people.
That's you, black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. Christ said he's coming back to save his people.
From their sins.
From what?
From their sins.
Who needs saving? That's you, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American people. We need the saving. We're the ones on the bottom of the totem pole. We're the ones struggling. We're the ones that hate one another. We need saving from our sins. We the one eating shrimp, pork, crab, and lobster. We're the one that's out here shooting and gang banging and selling dope to our own kind. We need the help. Come on, sir. Let me get Matthew 5. Bubba Show. We the ones out here doing the destruction and it's destroyed. We the ones out here that's joining the LGBT community, not knowing our children is being taught this in 2nd grade. It's sad. They're taking our history away from us. This is Black History Month, and they're stealing it from us, our own history. And they're teaching an agenda called LGBTQ community. At the 2nd grade, my child is coming home and asking me to help her with her homework, and it's little Tommy and little Andy is having penis touching day. What the hell is happening? Where's the Black history? They're teaching LGBT community stuff. You know what's happening? They want us to vote, right? And nothing is happening. They say go to the schools and talk to the what is it? The special ed and the council and all this, the council members, to change the education. But they're teaching our children all wrong. You know why? Because we're not standing for one another. Because we're not teaching our children. Because we're not loving our children. We're not telling our children Black History Month, the real Black History Month, about we're being slaves. And we didn't choose to come here. Because we're not loving our children. We're letting our children run over us. We're letting our children be over us. And that's in the scriptures as well. Read what you have, brother.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 5. These 12 Jesus sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles.
Go not into the way of the Gentiles. Don't follow the heathens. Don't go into their customs. Don't follow these heathenistic customs. Don't celebrate Valentine's Day. Don't show no love to your oppressor. Don't be kind to you. Listen, it says don't abhor the Edomite. That means don't put no harm to them. But guess what? You don't have to be kind to them. Go to work, do your job, and leave. Do not befriend these disgusting people. I asked the brothers the other day, if your grandfather was murdered by this man and then his son enslaved your father, can you be friends with his son? And everybody said no. So why are we being friends with our oppressor and not loving one another? In slavery time, we gathered together and we fought with one another. We fought against the oppression. When we was being enslaved and we was running from off these slave plantations, guess who we was fighting? Our enemy. Guess who we fighting? Guess who we fighting each other? I mean, guess who we fight right now? Each other. We lost sight of our enemies. Even the Most High called them his enemy. And right now we are out here following behind the enemy who's teaching us a lie, who's teaching our children a goddamn lie. Read.
And into any city of the Samaritans, enter ye not.
Don't enter their cities. Don't marry your children with their children. Stop giving your sons to their daughters. Stop giving your daughters to their sons. It is disgusting that we do this thing because we forget our place. We forget who we are. We are hated. Look around. We're so bad. We hate one another. We don't fight for one another. Because if we fought for one another, guess where we would be? Down at that border, fighting for them children in cages.